Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Westeros Total War, Fire and Blood submod, House Targaryen. We have taken Castle Rock and carved out the majority of the Westerlands now under our control. House Lannister's been pretty much brutally screwed over.
We shall not relent, ever! Yes! An order! A wise choice.
Now we just need to slowly move my forces into position to deal some serious damage against the remainder of their troops.
We shall not relent, ever!
My lord.
An order! Move out! You should fear us coming, my enemy! Once we bring
Orders, my lord.
yes.
If we can get our troops into position laying siege to Lannisport.
Surrounding and besieging the settlement. Your will, my king. My king.
Yes.
Honor and courage, soldiers.
Hopefully that's within range for if I do get attacked by the Lannisters, which I probably will, for them to come to my aid.
Shall not relent, ever!
We'll leave Silver Hill under siege and we should take that surrendered fortification in the next turn as well. Lannister actually only has 3 settlements: Silver Hill, Lannisport, and this place, which is about to be taken by Lord Viserys in a minute. So yeah, Lannister should be dealt with pretty fucking soon, and we still have an uneasy neutrality with Darry, so hopefully it will stay like that, or we can make an alliance down the road. But first things first, we need to deal with these Lannisters, who we may as well fight because they're going to come to us anyway. So
If the enemy show you mercy in battle, do not
it depends on the size of the fight and at Lannisport. Because I'm not sure if the AI is going to attack me or what. They may have a lot of troops, but most of them are rather shitty trained troops. Quite a lot of militia and whatnot.
await my order.
There you go, group together Dany and all of her troops. If we can get them in position straight away.
Units, single line. Units, fly like the wind. Frankish line. Units, single line. Units, single line.
Because they're going to be coming straight for me. If we get all of our guys in position quickly, we can attack them when they come through the gates.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
If we can just surround them in here.
The enemy
There goes that captain.
lies dead. We have sent the core to hell. The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
See if we can't get our guys in here quickly.
We're under attack! We're under attack! Frankish touch! Frankish knife! Quickly! Frankish knife! Move up!
Yeah, get our cavalry to flank around if we can. You know, maybe we'll stick it on ×6, just push through and kill the remainder of them.
My lord, our men are in command of the fort.
Units fly like the wind!
All civilized peoples will be awed
Here you go,
by
clear
the
victory. And we lost
we
nothing,
have won
guys.
here today.
Your enemies lie dead before me, my king!
There you go, that fortification is ours.
Doom has befallen them! I have taken their land!
The Free Poke don't like me very much.
An order! Yes! Leave your mercy behind, men! We shall show them none! Their fate is sealed, my lord! They are...
Orders, my lord.
Orders, my king.
Yes, lord. Confronting the enemy.
A crushing victory! They must fear us now! Move out! I will make them fear you.
Your will, my lord.
You should fear us coming, my enemy! They deserve nothing less
Lost quite a
than
few
death.
fucking troops to that for some reason.
We shall not relent, ever!
Danny might be in a bit of a trouble there.
An honor to serve, my lord.
An order! We march to our
Ah, I completely
enemy's
forgot
doom.
Oxcross. Completely forgot there was even there.
Leave nothing. Raise the defenses and go.
I will make them fear you. You should fear us coming, my enemy! Once we breach the walls, an order! We march to our enemy's doom! There, I will make them fear you. Leave your mercy behind, men! We shall show them none! A crushing victory!
My lord. Joining?
Da.
Yes, my lord. Prepare to board and engage.
Sink those pirates.
My lord. We are
Lay siege
victorious.
to Lannisport myself.
Blocking.
We
My
got our
lord.
fleet on the way as well.
Set sail.
We shall not relent, ever! We march! You should fear us coming, my enemy!
We haven't. I feel kind of sorry for the guys that are. Who's in this? Actually, it's William. Willem, the Lord of Castle Rock. I feel sorry for that guy. I really do. Vastly outnumbered on all sides by a massive Targaryen army. Yeah, I completely forgot about Grafton, who's in Stony Sept.
Your will, my king.
Your will, mon roi.
If we leave behind some troops
An
just for
honor
him to
serve, my lord.
be nice and safe inside,
Mon roi.
Move out.
we don't need that place going AWOL on me.
An honor, my
Yeah, we can move Grafton over here to Harrenhal. He is the Lord of Harrenhal, after all, so he can garrison these borders against Dari troops. I think I'll keep the Westerlands for myself rather than giving it to the Lannisters, because we could use the power. I don't want Greyjoy being too powerful. We've already made that mistake with Dari, and they could have a rebellion on our hands at some point if we're not careful. All those guys against them with a 5-to-1 ratio. Yes, no point in me doing that.
Your enemies lie.
1 second, guys. I'm gonna let the dogs in.
Their doom has befallen them. I have taken their land.
Come on. In you get them. Pebbles, in you get. Get on. They asked to come in, and then they just sort of take half an hour to do it. Useless things. Look how many armies we've got laying siege to this Lannisport. It's fucking hilarious.
We shall not relent, ever! Leave your mercy behind, men! We shall show them none!
I have them trapped, my king.
We march to our enemy's doom!
Oh, yes.
A crushing victory! They must fear us now!
Yeah, Oxcross is ours.
These people will bow to you as their lord! Yes.
Yes, Lord. Confronting the enemy.
Now, with all of our guys attacking this, is it really worth me fighting? I don't know, should we go in there and do this? I'm just thinking it might be a bit laggy with all these troops that we've got against him. And to be honest, I'd rather control Dany just in case the game decides to kill him. I think we'll wait it out, wound him a little bit, see what the rest of the Lannisters do. With any luck, they'll attack us and we'll have a bigger battle to fight.
Your will, my king. We march, my king.
We shall not relent, ever!
Still got Lord Fell and all of his troops and everything all the way over here as well.
Make them fear you.
Orders, my king.
Your will shall be obeyed.
Forward.
No, it's not what I meant to do at all, is it?
Move out.
And to leave one unit inside Silverhill. There
An
you go.
order. We shall not relent, ever. Your will shall be obeyed.
The might of the Targaryen host is unstoppable in this regard. He's got the of Greek blood thing because it's the Byzantine thingy, but he's also got that, which because the of Targaryen blood is the trait that I did, that I've made myself, but I forgot to remove this one. Who are the Turks? The Martells, maybe? Or the Yornwoods? I'm not sure. The most beautiful woman in Westeros has the most ugliest daughter in Westeros.
An order. We shall not relent, ever.
We would see you dead, heathen.
Your will shall be obeyed. An order. We shall not relent, ever. An order. We march. I will make them fear you. We shall not relent, ever. An order. Your will shall be obeyed. Yes. We shall make an order.
Keep these two nice and safe inside forts, just on the borders here. Covering that mountain pass. That Black Crown place really likes the old so we've got two Lannisters to come of age. There's a spider right here. Can't be bothered again though, it's underneath my lamp. I shall kill you later, spider.
Yes, Lord. Moving to engage.
This really makes you think, is there any point in me actually fighting this? Yeah, he is actually of Lannister blood. I don't know, 5-to-1 ratio, and with all these troops, I think it would be just a bit of overkill during the battle because it would just be really quite boring. Ah, screw it. It would have been a battle that just way too much lag with all the troops that would have been on the screen.
Long live the king! Strength, honor,
And House Lannister has been destroyed. Now we just have to deal with all the rebels, which is going to be fun.
Honor to serve, my lord.
We leave behind one mercenary unit like that. Now this place is always a pain in the ass when it comes to public order.
An order. I will make them fear. Your will shall be obeyed.
My king. Men, march!
We shall not relent, ever. I will make them fear you. Excellent. Your will shall be obeyed.
Don't know why, but fucking frame rate's dropping like a bitch again. Fuck off. Script, the annoying ass bloody thing. Can't select Normans.
I will make them fear you.
Orders? Orders. Yes, Your Majesty.
Yes.
Just trying to join up with my troops with Viserys.
Lurking in the trees. Your will shall be obeyed. We march to our enemy. Laying a trap.
Yeah, the frame rate's just dropped like a bitch for some reason again. Really quite annoying.
We march.
Okay, guys. Anyway, we're at the point where we defeated all of our current enemies. Now, what I think I'll do is end the recording and then skip ahead quite a lot of turns, secure all my borders, train everything, and get to a point where either another war breaks out or we're at peace.
With honor.
And that's the end of things, kind of thing.
We march, my king.
So it will either be a war with Darry, the Darry rebellions, or a wildling invasion, or the Greyjoys rebellion, I don't know. Or it will end this series when we come back. So yeah, guys, it will probably be the end of the series because Darry seems content with just to be my neutral sort of ally, once friend kind of thing. I can't ask them for a alliance for some reason. Greyjoy, I'll give some lands to them, and yeah, we'll see what happens when we come back. But we will skip ahead now and see what happens. Okay, guys, here we are, quite a few turns ahead. I moved all my troops around, secured my borders, and made some alliances. First things first, the most important thing is, Viserys had a little bit of an accident. By accident, I mean I killed him off, just to get rid of him. But the reason I did this, other than just getting rid of him, is so that Dany's kid could be the heir, And we've married off Dany's son to a Darry princess. They have 2 sons. I've also married off Dany's daughter to Theon Greyjoy, securing our alliances with the Ironborn and House Greyjoy. Dany's other daughter, we married to Viserys' only son, who I have made the Warden of the Reach and Lord of Highgarden. Well, he doesn't have the trait yet, but he will be the Lord of Highgarden. I've given him Robert's Warhammer. Dany is now king, or queen, whatever you want to call it, really. She has House Stark's Ice Valyrian sword. Sword of Eddard Stark. But yeah, one of Dany's daughters is married to the Greyjoy, securing that alliance. The Crown Prince, Dany's son, is married to a Darry princess, which is secured that alliance. We already have a decent alliance with Martell. And Viserys' daughter, Lyanna Targaryen, will marry Dany's youngest son, Wallace Targaryen, when he comes of age. And that's our family tree completely done, really. Now, let's just scale a thing, shall we? I've got all of my respected generals. Grafton here is the Lord of Harrenhal, defending Harrenhal and the borders across here. All the border settlements I've fully garrisoned, so that Darry doesn't get any wise ideas. King's Landing is pretty much fully garrisoned as well.
Orders, my king. Head aboard, man.
Storm's End is under control of Lord Howard Fell and House Fell, and that's the Lord of the Stormlands, pretty much. What I was going to do with these guys is send them over here to take this town, but it's quite well defended. I've secured that, half a stack in both of those places, just keeping the Martells under wraps. They're still fighting the Skyreach Rebellion. Yeah, Viserys' son is the Lord of the Reach and Highgarden because he has his Tyrell relations. So I figured that was the most fitting thing that I could do for him. This guy is Lord of Old Town and Lord of the Port. Don't think he's gained any awesome traits or anything yet. Now, I have given Greyjoy the Shield Islands, and I've also given Greyjoy the Arbor and Redwayn Keep. We may as well actually just do Toggle Fog of War for this, because we're not going to have too much more time left, really. But yeah, I've given Greyjoy the Arbor and Redwayn Keep as well to control. The Shield Islands, obviously. Castle Rock is under control of the Crown Prince at the moment. He's the Lord of Castle Rock. I kept it at Castle Rock because it's what the Anxie says. So I've changed Lannisport to Dragonsport. More fitting, I think. I've put a decent amount of military force along the coastline. It's sharing borders with the Greyjoys on the Iron Islands, just to keep them busy and persuade them not to attack me, kind of thing. The Riverlands is under control by House Stormborn. This guy's a drunken heathen, really, now. He's sort of gone downhill since he's been sitting pretty in Riverrun. But what I think is I'm going to give the Riverlands to either one of them two. Either Grafton or Stormborn. And they'll control the Lord Paramount of the Riverlands. The twins are both ours. I came to a diplomatic agreement with the Greyjoys to get these settlements back. I might even marry Dany's youngest son off to Asher Greyjoy, just to secure that alliance even more than we already have. Meanwhile, I've got Jorah Mormont up in the north at Winterfell as Warden of the North and Lord of Winterfell. I thought about giving him ice, but he's already got Longclaw, so. Meanwhile, you got Pono here, who's the Lord of White Harbour and the Watcher of the Neck or something. I'm going to call him. Give him his own little special title. Keep him happy. Widow's Watch. I built some units just to garrison these places to keep the public order up. I'm starting construction in the Dreadfort under orders of Queen Daenerys. She sent orders into the north to make a garrisoned fortress in around the Dreadfort and Winterfell, ready to move troops up to the line here to hold a good secure position against the wildlings. now that the Night's Watch has sort of gone into open rebellion. They aren't completely wiped out. They're still fighting in Castle Black against the wildlings, but they are vastly outnumbered. And once they fall, if the wildlings are stupid enough to come south, the Lord of the Dreadfall and Winterfell will be ready to take them on. Which is Kelback and Jorah Mormont will rally the forces of the north, which is what we're building now under the Queen's orders. And we'll secure Bay fortresses along the lines here, just to protect against any future wildling invasions, and maybe push north in the future. Not videos wise, I can't be bothered recording that. Wildlings are really easy to defeat, so there's no point. But yeah, eventually the Queen will order a assault into the north and to take back the wall and maybe establish her own order of re-establish the Night's Watch perhaps, or a different order, which is under the direct control of the Iron Throne perhaps. The Twins I've left fully garrisoned, just to keep everyone nice and secure. That's about it really. The Martells are still fighting the Skyreach rebellions and the Yronwood rebellions for the remainder of their forces there, but I think they're pretty much wiped out now. It's just Skyreach that's standing defiant against them. Martell's in a relatively good alliance with me, although they're not really my best, the strongest alliance that I have. Hopefully they'll have a princess or something. I'll be able to marry him off to one of the Targaryen princes. We've got the Targaryen fleet here, which we're building up from Old Town. We'll have one at King's Landing as well, so we can have superiority on the seas against Greyjoy. Just in case Greyjoy decides to get any bright fucking ideas. These guys here are just sailing over the Greenstone to deal with the remainder of the rebel forces there. We may even send some forces down from Highgarden to help with the rebellion in Dawn as well. But Theon Greyjoy is at the Arbor. He recently put them all to the sword when it rebelled against them. And that's about it really, guys. Overall, peace is reigning in Westeros. The only threat to the kingdom is the wildlings, and currently they're dealing with their remnants of the Night's Watch that are hiding out in Castle Black against the forces pretty much under siege. And the Queen's not overly bothered with that. We have more pressing concerns, securing our borders and alliances with all of our allies and vassals and shit. So we're just sort of pushing the Night's Watch and the wildlings to the side. They can play with themselves for a week here in the north of the wall. If they march south, if they're foolish enough to march south, then they will be crushed, literally. The wildling forces are shitty in comparison to the southern military forces. Like proper professional armies against the wildlings. Kick their ass, really. Bearkeep is still under rebellion, although Jorah Mormont is hatching a plan to sail across and reclaim his old homeland. Possibly, once he's taken Bearkeep, to build himself a northern fleet around Bearkeep and maybe sail into the lands of Always Winter and claim them in the name of House Targaryen. So that all of Westeros is under the command of the dragon, kind of thing. But yeah, that is all for now, guys. Like I said, we could do the wildling invasion, but the AI is not particularly that smart. They just sit there doing absolutely nothing, slowly killing the Night's Watch rebels. They don't actually really come south, I've noticed, which is kind of annoying. I wish they would. Like, huge, massive army attacking from the north. And we attack them and clash with them, but it doesn't happen like that. I could go hunting them and kill the wildlings just for the sake of it. But with all forests, they'd be hiding and ambushing, and it would be really fucking pain in the ass to find them. And I can't be bothered with that. I'd rather move on to something else that I want to record more than this, which is quite a few different things, actually. So yeah, guys, we will end this here. I hope you've enjoyed this series. It's been quite a long one. Hopefully the others won't be so long. We'll stick to limitations with the other ones, I think. This was just really conquer all of Westeros. It's the only time I ever do that with any house, really. Conquering the entire of the continent is with the Targaryens, usually. Where the faction actually has an aim to conquer all of Westeros, kind of thing. But yeah, Darry has come out on top as one of the most powerful Lord Paramounts in Westeros. Martell's still in the same position, although a bit weakened from their military struggle with the rebellions. Greyjoy's come out quite on top. They've secured their position as pretty much the main power behind the royal fleet. We want ships, we go to the Greyjoys, kind of thing. But they've secured themselves among the bloodline of the Targaryens and also pretty much control the majority of the islands around the coastlines and everything. They control the waves, pretty much. The waves are their domain. But yeah, that's pretty much all for now, really. We've done everything. All of our alliances are secure. Our borders are garrisoned. And we have no fear from the wildlings because they're too weak to do anything against me. Literally, if I took all my forces against the wildlings, they'd just be crushed and fucking annihilated in an instant. But yeah, I was kind of looking forward to a Darry rebellion, possibly, or a wildling invasion, but we've secured our alliance with Darry, and the wildlings are just too fucking stupid to do that kind of thing. So yeah, that is all now. If you're sort of sad that you don't get to see the wildling invasion thing, I'm kind of thinking about doing a new hot seat at some point once I get the one with Simpsy done. If I haven't already started it, that is. With me and Marcus, or Mr. Mate, if you watch his videos. With me as the Night's Watch and him as the wildlings, just fighting in the lands beyond the north and around the wall, trying to kill each other, kind of thing. So he's trying to get across the wall and assault the south, and I'm trying to stop him, kind of thing. I think that might be a nice little series with in a hot seat, so we both control the characters, and it's going to be actually smart rather than facing the AI, which doesn't work as well. But anyway, I'm jabbering on. I'll leave it here, guys. Annotation top right hand side. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed this series. That is all for now. Soul out.